Hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? My name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working on a commission project, otherwise known as the Yoinkity Spoink Commission, or the Elona TTRPG. Yes. A very special someone has decided to pay me money to write an Elona RPG. Elona is one of those games. Yeah, one of those oddities of a game, and I should type in RPG. So I'm just going to try to pull up an image of Elona to give you an idea of what we're kind of working with here. This is a roguelike game, a Japanese roguelike. It's a Japanese roguelike game that is uniquely Japanese. Call it. We will use that as a good way of understanding what is presently going on. It is a unique game about unique situations and very unique ideas. Now, you may have heard of this game through a few different sources. Probably the one you know of is the Seth version. Yes, the Seth, the Grandmaster himself has gone over the game a little bit. But one of the things with Elona is very simple. Elona is a game about doing things for reasons. Let me see if I can find some Let me see if I can find some good artwork of Elona to give you an idea. So, one of the ideas of Elona is that you start the game and you have nothing, but then it kind of collectively claps its hands, and then you can kind of do whatever you want. It is very much the definition of an open world roguelike. There is a main quest, and you can attempt to do it, but it's not really required. Nor is it really encouraged to do, even. You're kind of just set out there to do things, and guess what? You do things. It is also a schizo game. Not gonna lie, when I say it's a schizo game, it is a pretty much one of the purest definitions of schizocore out there. Also, I'd like to thank Wegger Beggar for following. Thank you. What do I mean by schizocore? There are Pokeballs. You can do that. There's gene editing in the game. Magic is fairly extensive. If you've ever found randomized gear in any RPG, really, Elona probably has it. Now, you also see right there in the corner there, an image I was slowly going on here. Elona's, you could almost argue one of Elona's major selling points is, well, this kind of encapsulated in this image right here. As you can see by the little girl there, you can actually select a pet right when you begin the game, and one of those pets can be a little girl. You can also have many companions and pets and friends and things like that to join you on your daring escapades. However, as you can see, the character in there, the main character, is bribing the shopkeeper with booze, because there's a very secret thing that what occurs in Elona, is that if you dump booze on people, if you give people booze, they will drink it all. Give them enough booze, you can sleep with them for money. You might be wondering, what? And the answer is yes. You should do this as well, because you can get a lot of money out of people doing this. You can also train people in gene edit your little sister to learn the cooking skill, or even better, build a house and start to doing things like that. There are many things you can do with Elona, many things you can do, and many things that you arguably should do as you go around and do fairly traditional net hack game things, such as going around a dungeon and beating the shit out of people for money. There's a lot of weird shit with Elona, and it's one of those games that is it's hard to describe as a simple game, but it's a game that is the purest definition of open world. There's a world, you should explore it, don't die. But dying isn't really a problem, because you don't really die when you die in Elona. Sometimes you'll drop things, sometimes you'll drop items. It's one of those things like, Elona's a game of just, it's pure schizocore, and that's its kind of the beautiful element of it. There's a lot of survival elements. You have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to do all these different things, and of course fight very big, large monsters, but you can also pull out your fucking Glock, and when you pull out your fucking Glock, you can pop a monster with it. Because, yeah, guns are in the game. It is also, to put it very simply, completely fucking insane of the amount of customization you can actually do in a game like this. Yeah, my town, you know, it's familiar college.org. Your old pet has got separated from you during shipwreck, now running toward you joyfully. Your pet is a dog, a cat, a bear, a little girl. Yes, also, in case you're wondering, the little girl is actually the most efficient one, which you should actually always take the little girl, because the little girl actually has the power of the ability to use items. Things are a little bit odd with Elona, but let's give you an idea a little bit of why Elona is a little bit complicated to make a game about, is because it is very extensive. But we have something very valuable here. We have a wiki with math in it. and we have a lot of background stuff with this game already, so we don't really need to worry about that as much. So, we are kind of starting it from kind of ground zero here a little bit, but I kind of know already how I want to do certain things. So, first things first, base system, kind of our, actually, you know what I should do is I should put our core system here. What is our core system really going to look like? Well, at its simplest, it is going to be a D100 game. Now, why do I say that this is going to be a D100 game? Well, because of, if we go down to not attributes, where's our fucking skills? Where's our skills? Am I fucking blind? I'm probably blind. Okay, here are our skills, and you're seeing some of these can actually be quite extensive. Calling me, give me 1 second. Don't worry, I will be here. Have no fear. Phone, what's up? Oh, goodness. Hello. People are texting me. People want to talk. Luxerto, thank you for following, by the way. Hey, yo, my man, been binging your YouTube content. Awesome. Love your style and charisma as a Mexican. Glad your take on Cartel wasn't bullshit for trying to make it romantic. Yeah, Cartel is a... if you get curious, if you go to the second channel, you get to watch the full VOD on Cartel. I go a little bit deeper into it. Cartel is such a fascinating, like, wonkiness to it, if that makes sense. It's like, why does this exist? And I really asked myself, and I didn't like cover the Kickstarter page as much, where there are literal lines being like, well, this is what... this is what my Mexican game would be like, celebrating my roots. I'm like, that seems incredibly weird. Like, that seems very very incorrect. Like, the whole Spanglish shit is taken as a joke by decent human beings to look down on. Yeah, it's... The thing is, like, if you want to do hey cabrone and all that stuff, like, that's fine, but, like, kind of, because you gotta understand, it is going to be for an English audience, but the way that it's kind of written and the way that they kind of portray things, it was weird. If you went for the idea, like, that it is just the Breaking Bad RPG, it could have been pretty interesting. Hello, phone. I love my phone. I love it when my mom, like, texts me 8 million things. I have no idea. I have no idea, McDrusel. I have legitimately no idea if he has. He's the lead writer of... He's one of the lead guys at Magpie Games. He's from Albuquerque. That's the thing. And the thing is that he was mad at Breaking Bad because one of the main things that he was mad at Breaking Bad about was that it was white people. And that was, I'm not shitting you, he took that away from Breaking Bad, was, this is a Mexican story, but it's with white people. I'm like, did you not watch the show? Like, nobody in this story is a good person. Like, if you less like every character is fucking Nacho, I could kind of see it, but like even he's kind of a joke character. Well, not a joke character, but he's kind of like a very tragic character in his own right, with kind of some goofy context behind it. But like, no, they didn't. It's just like, uh-oh. Someone cue the music. But what is ewona? Elona is a Japanese role-playing game, Japanese roguelike RPG with a lot of stuff in it. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that. I have a vague idea of how I want to do things because we do have a lot of skills, as you can see. We have a lot of skills, and each of these skills do something. By the way, we've got a lot of classes. So at our core, I'm thinking a D100 game more, rather than our previous one, more in line, like kind of more in line with BRP. BRP, kind of like you have a lot of skills. My idea is that you have a ton of skills, and they are all advancing relatively consistently, as long as you're using them. That's going to be kind of like a fundamental, like, beating point of the entire thing is, as long as you are using your skills, they are getting better. Yeah, no, it's D2000 system. It's always riffs. I think it's more offensive the way they try to be so apologetic about it, instead of going batshit insane with the idea of like, oh, well, it's Mexican, so I'll skull paint on their face and wear hot pink. Yeah, you're seeing it already, Luxerda. You understand. You are seeing it. And I asked a few people from Mexico. I have a few other people from Mexico that I know, and they're just like, yeah, this is incredibly fucking weird, and if they tried pushing this in Mexico, someone would get shot. But, like, one of the weird things is, like, they had a Mexican guy working on it. That was the weird thing. There's a Mexican guy working on it. And it's like, oh, okay, but he is from, like, the middle of Mexico City, so I'm like, oh, I understand. What the fuck is the Wicked Ones RPG free edition is $1.99? Cultural consultant is pretty. He wasn't a cultural consultant. He was one of the writers. That was the funny part. He was one of the writers. We want constant improvement. I'm feeling that this is going to be kind of the most reliable way of doing things. It's actually, what's the Elona? Because Elona combat, like, if we do Elona combat math. Yeah, because there's a little bit of, like, combat maps that gets a little bit... There's a little bit of wonkiness you can get with that. What am I thinking of? Like, I want to shoot. So if I want to hit someone, let's see. I mean, if we do longsword, yeah, you kind of see the very weapon proficiency. So potential inherited from race and class. So if we do, there's quite a few different versions of this as well. So that's kind of one of those fun and exciting things to think about, because there's a lot of different skills to worry about. I mean, if we really look at our basic, attributes to worry about, if we're looking at that, we have strength, constitution, if I can fucking spell, dexterity, perception, learning, will, magic, charisma, and speed. Let's see. Speed is very is speed calculated with this very simple equation. Cool. Yeah. So we got a few things because you got charisma upon. Yeah. So we're doing that. It's like learning. Oh God, sweet Jesus Almighty. All right. Plays a minor role in determining MP. What does the MP calculate? So this is to give you an idea of some of the math that we might have to be simplifying down. To calculate the amount of MP you have, it is mana times magic plus character level times 6 character level times 6 times magic plus 3 times will plus learning divided by 75 divided by 100. With this being, yeah, we're gonna be changing. We're going to be changing some of the math just a smidge because it's a kind of a big thing to think about. Like, mining, like we got mining, so let's do besides life, number of hit points. So this is the current hit points. When the metal ray. 100 life is standard value for most races, so multiply the number of hit points your character has. That means that adding life scores, failures have less than half the other races. HP exists, a golem has 150 life. We've got fucking multipliers inside multipliers. Awesome. So, very basic. I'm thinking of like a player-facing combat. What I mean by player-facing combat is you are rolling to hit, and you are rolling to dodge. You are trying to get out of the way of an enemy, and just as much as a player is trying to get, you are trying to get out of the way of an enemy, and you are also trying to avoid certain, attacks and things like that. Pretty much the idea is, it is your responsibility to hit people, and your responsibility to dodge people. I think that's going to be a little bit easier to deal with. I mean, I don't know. We're early. I have a feeling this week we're going to be working on the preliminary stuff. That's just what I'm gonna say right now. Kind of guy wears a tutu. Even worse, cultural consultant. That's a weird way to spell leech. Logmer thinking Lamau. Speed is funny because it's just movement speed and overline travel speed. Is he trying to make an Elona RPG? Yes, I am trying to make an Elona TRPG because I was paid for it. Gotta remember the Princey algebraic formulas. Yes, I love algebraic formulas. So, characters should be like... Maybe if we focus on characters a little bit, we can work on it would be a little bit easier because we're going to have our main attributes. These are going to be our main attributes. If we kind of want to break them down, we can call them the physical, the personality, and you can probably put speed up here. Kind of the idea you're going to have physical attributes and you're going to have more mental ones. I guess we can put perception up top as well. Do we need to shift anything around? What does... Will or influence maximum HP, but only slightly. Let's see. Dominant attribute for most healing spells. Alright. Okay. What does magic do? It's your, MP is most important to determine your maximum MP. Okay. So let's see. That's awful. This is awful. I'm going to be very sad about this. Alright. Let's think this through a little bit. It's one of those things where you go into it and you're like, yeah, alright, this makes sense. I can do this. This will be easy. And then you really start getting into it. You're like, oh no. because we can maybe, here's what we can do. We can remove speed as a direct, maybe we remove speed as like a direct attribute, and we put speed in kind of its own category kind of thing. That may work, because it doesn't, speed only affects movement. That's kind of the idea. If we go into the idea that speed is its own kind of thing, because like its skills are going to be like swimming and traveling, that can be kind of put under things like constitution, that can be put under things like strength. Like it's, if we separate it out, I think this should work. This should be fine, and then we do something along the idea of HP, like if we want HP, HP, I'm just going to put, we've got HP and an MP pool. HP and MP pools, that's something we kind of have to think about. Now we're going to deal with races. Now, races are a little bit funky in Elona. You may be wondering, wow, Notepad, seems like everything's funky in Elona. Yeah, I fucking know. Like, these are the various races, so let's just open them up. So let's see. Mutants are, maybe we go with the idea that like race is randomized. I mean, we're gonna have to maybe like roll for, I think we're gonna roll for our attributes. We're gonna roll for attributes, racial. We're gonna tie it to the race a little bit. Yeah, freaks with ever-changing anatomy. So mutants, if we want to play a mutant, we're effectively, so if we go kind of down, if we go up the list, mutant, multiple limbs, multiple problems. Multiple problems. Golem. What's the gimmick with the golem? Golems. Playable race. Artificial construct. Artificial. Brick shit house. Poor attrition. Because you're going to have to repair yourself. You're not really, you're very slow, but you're going to get outrun by things. Alright, easy enough to understand. Goblin! I'm a little goblin! Goblins, ugly cave dwellers, ugly little shits. What do they have right now? Eye of Mine. What's this? Fishing, mining, prolic, prol behavior. Good. Okay, a lich, powerful playable character. No. Snail. No. Elia. Elia. They are. Magical fucking elves. Ether resistance, because ether storms are going to be a thing we have to worry about. About a dwarf. What's a dwarf going to be? Dwarf. It's a dwarf. It's a dwarf. It's a dwarf. Fairies! Hello, it's me. I'm a little fairy. Hello, it's me. Fast and fragile. Fast, fragile, and flying. Do they fly? Mm. Elona fairy. Do they fly? I don't believe fairies can fly. Can they? Black flame. Black flame. Click clap. Let's see. Physical, the personality, speed. Goblins regenerating. There's a few different types of humans, bruh. Yes, come on. Come on now. Do fairies fly? Clap clap. You're paying me, but I'm paying me, but you have to answer these questions. They do fly. Okay, so fairies do fly. This is an important thing, because there's one thing that you have to remember about something that flies. It doesn't affect the game, but it affects a tabletop. Because there's something very important about something that can fly. They can go up. They can move upwards. So we're going to have to put in height there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta think about things like that. I think I know how to do it, but it's gonna be a little funky. Balanced race, like, they are suitable caster hybrid classes. Yuldurna, everyone hates you. Everyone hates you. Magic resistance. And then humans. Yurles. Human. If we want to be really specific, we can just put in human. Human. There we go. So if we bring our races down here, these are our basic races that we're gonna have to kind of worry about here. If we roll for stats, because stat-wise, how the fuck do you roll stats? Norland. Hello, Norland. You. What are you? Bike. Yeah. But fun fact, this is going to be essential to how this game is going to work. And I'll go over that in a bit. But let's think, what would be... Because this is the advantage, is like over here, we can set speed and life scores and like mana scores. Everything can be manually set over here. How do you determine that? What is the calculation for Elona stats? What is the actual... How do you calculate this? What is the math behind it? There we go. Just for you, Cole. I mean, I want to know what the internal role here is. Like, let me think. Not the Omake overhaul. We don't need the fucking overhaul. I mean, let's go here. Attributes, bonuses. So, I mean, if we go to Elona attribute bonuses, how do these work? it's a dice. I know it's a dice roll. That's the thing. I know it is a dice roll, but what does it mean? Because if we go under this, if we go under the idea of like, oof, oh God, give me one moment. Okay. No, I've been that was lunch coming back. So let's say your normal strength, the 3 plus 1d4 for normal tier seems to make everything most sense, reducing each stat to a base number plus a random amount. So 3 plus 1d4. So I mean, how do we get that? So let's think. So strength, we need to get, that would be 3 plus 1d4. So if we have like a like normal, let's say that, but how do we get not bad? Would that be 3 plus 1d5 all of a sudden? That's not bad. And we do 3 plus 1d7. Oh, that wouldn't work. 1d5 again, so that would be, no, that doesn't work either. 6. So no, to get a minimum of 6, you would need to have a 4 plus 1d6. No, 1d8. It would be 5 plus 1d7 because they use d7s. Because they use d7s in this game. So, oh sweet Jesus, Mother of God, I know for a fact we're going to convert things away from d7 because we cannot afford to roll a d7 unless that is a requirement. I will say that right now. Fun fact: the guy who's commissioning the project is in the chat right now, so. Unless we want to have the D7s in. If you say D7s and we have Zouchi dice, that is a call. And that does open up a lot of different avenues, if that makes sense. Because currently, let's say we are normal, so that would work. Not bad, not bad. So we need to find, let's go to, what are some of the other races? Dwarf, not bad, good. Okay, we've got good now. So what is good looking like? Good is 5 to 10. So that would mean we need a minimum of a +4 to get to 10. So that would be 4 plus 1d6 for good. We have not bad, normal, great. Okay, so we have a great now. So that would be... That still applies to great. Okay, we're good. Then we do... Very. We need little. So little would be down here even. That would be 1 plus 1d3. Because you would have to get to 2 to 4, so it would only be a d3. So that would be little. Slight is even worse. Like, slight is 1 plus 1d2. Like, that is the absolute dog shit tier. Wait, why do you have great 2? So that would be 6 plus 1d7? Great 2. Not bad. Still applies. Great charisma. This still applies. So great 2, but good. Good is below great. So that would be 5 to 10. Okay. Give me a snail. Give me a golem. Give me a... So I want to make sure my math is right here. On the scale, there's going to be a lot of scaling in this game, if that makes sense. So normal works, good works, not bad. Not bad would be 3, 4 to equal to 8. Yes, that works. Great would be 6 to 12, so that would be great 1. Then we have the snail, which is little, 2 to 4, slight, little, slight. Like, super slight is just literally a 1d2. It's a 0 plus 1d2, which is S slight. Little, technically we have little 2, which would be 1d3. Which would be little 2, littler, little 2, little plus. 2 to 4, though, that still applies here. Slight would work here. Okay, golem, best. Now we've got up to best. So, best quality would be 6 plus... Because you would have to have a minimum plus 1d... let's see, 6 to get to 14, you would need a d8. So yeah, that would be your d8 to get, that's absolute best. It would be a d8. Then you have little, you would be rolling a little for that one. But little plus for perception. Alright. Let's see, mutants. Mutant still applies. Technically, if we want to be really bad, because the mutant can roll 1d0 effectively. That is an entire possibility right there. So I think we've calculated every single piece of math we physically can here when it comes to just this. I mean, let's... Okay. Alright. No, he isn't. We need a I want to roll square foot -1. I'd like to say keep the weird dice would be conversions easier for certain things. Would increase the die value later on, like spells get squared. That's a different not bad. Mutant life. The one in mutant. It's a different not. There's a different not bad. Mutants. 5 to 9. What do you mean? It's... Fuck me, there is a not bad. That would be 4 plus 1d5, which would be not bad, not good. Okay. So, using my astounding mathematical brain, Also, let's see, is normal fine? Yes, normal. Using my absolute giga brain. So I'm hearing from this we are wanting, still not bad. Blame the game, not the player. So we are looking for chaotic dice. So we are using Zouchi dice. I'm gonna put that as a note. There we go. Just need to get the authentic authenticity in there. But if we want to be precise about things, if we take this is our very basic current lineup of stats. And then we apply it over here. We can break things down and roughly a 0 to 6 modifier range. And then we're going to be a D0 effectively to a D8 So that would be D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8. These would be our modifier ranges. So okay. All right. We can make this work. These are moderate. These would be our I wonder, this is actually fairly important. Give me classes. Give me classes or give me death. They do actually contribute to it. So being a certain class would also give you different So being a certain class would also give you slight bonuses and penalties. So if we do, and then we do our classes. If we do all of the classes, yes, very important to talk about the classes. So very basic. Our classes are warrior, hitman. We have hitman, thief, steel man, wizard, magic man, farmer, food man, archer, man with gun, war mage, gish, tourist, gamer hours, pianist, bard memes, priest, holy magic, claymore. We legally cannot put these in. I'm gonna be like perfectly honest with you. We legally cannot put literal actual fucking claymores. I remember when I first saw that, I'm like, that's not a literal actual claymore. It is. Why is slight better than mutant freak? Just need to be moved. It also doesn't affect some too. Pianist, bard, but you carry a piano. Yeah, that's because if we do, what if we make a character? If we want to say make a character, let's just we'll make a basic boy. We'll make a human warrior. You know, we'll make John Fighter. We make John Fighter. Effectively, what we would do is we'll take our warrior class here. This is still very early, so do not expect anything to be like, this is guaranteed or whatever. So if we take what a human is, so humans have normal strength, not bad, con. Actually, you know what I can. We're going to put you right there. We're going to calculate us a very basic idea of what the character's stats would look like. You see all these starting skills? Don't worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. It cannot hurt us if we do not look at it. All we want right now is our very basic stats. So, we want strength, con, dex, learning, magic, charisma. Fuck speed, fuck that, don't need it, not thinking about it. So, if we take this, so we have normal strength currently. So we take a look here, we're going to be rolling. Our current strength is going to be 3 plus 1d4. 3 plus 1d4, but we have good strength. I mean, but we have good strength, so we can do this. You know what I can do? Why don't I do this? Why don't I be a real gamer? Sorry, everyone's gonna go deaf here for a second. Alright, here's Elona. We're gonna play Elona here. We want to generate an adventure. We're going to make a human. We're gonna make a human male. We're gonna be a warrior. So here's our very basic role. So how did it adds together, doesn't it? Okay, so it does add together. So if we treat this as like a very basic dog shit roll, but this is a roll. So we want to generate our strength. So we take 1d4, we roll, that's a 4 plus 3, so that's a 7. Then we take d6, that's a 7 plus a 9. 7 plus 9, so 7 plus 9, that would bring us up to a 16 in strength. Math works. Math fucking works! Fuck yeah! So you're gonna be not bad. It's gonna be not bad plus good. So if we do not bad, looks like it's going to be our normal not bad. So that's gonna be D5. Where's my D10s when I need them? D10. I rolled a 1. We are off to a great fucking start, everybody. 1 plus 3, so that's a 4. Then we're gonna roll for good, which is, so we've got a 4 so far. 4 plus, we rolled dog shit. We've got 11 con. What's our dex looking like? Our dex is not bad. Our dex is not bad, and it's a standard not bad. So 3 plus 1d5. That's 2 plus 3. So that'd be 5 plus slight. Looks like it's just a. Looks like it is actually a 1d2 roll. I'm gonna roll my that. I got a 2, so I end up with 7 dex. Perception, not bad. So my perception is not bad. We roll the d10 again. We rolled a 4, so 2 plus 5. 2 plus 3 would be 5. Learning. 6, so it's actually great learning. So we take the great 5 plus d7. We physically 1d7 roll. We physically cannot roll it. So we're going to do go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 3. So that is going to be 3 plus 5, so that is going to be 8. We get no bonus to learning. Will, not bad. So we're not bad, but is it not bad, not good? No, it is normal, not bad. So we're going to roll that. We've got a 2. So we are normal, not bad is a 2. So 2 plus 2, that's 5. And will, we get slight will. So that's D. So we got 5 plus 2. So we've got an input will in. Will. So that would be 7. Magic. We have not bad magic. So we do 1. We rolled a 1, everyone. Good job. So we've got 5 magic. And then we do charisma, which charisma is normal. So we look at normal there. Normal is 1d4 plus 3. Oh. I've done a critical oopsie doopsie and dropped the d4 on the floor. Okay. If I drop the d4 on the floor, rest assured it will go into my foot. So I rolled a 1. So that is, with normal, 1 would be 4. So here is our very basic character. He rolled dog shit. But the math does check out. Like, the math is actually checking out. Like, this used to sound like a coward, but you can make a shitty companion app for it. Doubt you'll need it. Anyone autistic enough to make a commission for Elona until he doesn't need to handle dice hell. Isn't Predator on the unarmed class? John Elona, 3 plus 1d4 plus 1d6. Yes. So, this is currently... The math checks out. This is big. The math checks out. This is actually fairly important. Because if we break it down to its base components, what we really need to do, effectively, is break apart the dice more than anything. That would be, because these are the modifiers, that's the randomizer. So I mean, unless we quite literally do something like this. What I would probably end up doing, though, if we want to be... We need to cut these down. That's what we need to do. The math checks out, but we need to cut these down to make them more precise. So currently, we've got a lot of these like little pluses. We need to get rid of those. So if we're looking at the ranges behind things, we're looking at the real ranges. Mutant Frink has a range of 1. You have a range of 2 to 3. Again, it's pretty much there, but I just want to write this out for myself. So this would be 2 to 4. Little Plus has a 3 to 5. Has a 3 to 7. Not Bad has a range of 4 to 8. Not Bad, Not Good has a range of 5 to 9. You have a range of, if good, mind you, just good would be 5 to 11. Actually, no, 5 to 10. And then we have great, which would be 6 to 12. And then we have great 2, which would be 7 to 13, if I'm recalling correctly, if I'm doing my math correctly. Which I am very bad at. An absolute keynote here would be 7 with a potential of 14. So 7 to 14. So these would be the base mathematics behind things. If we want to... Oh, super sleight, I forgot about you. Super sleight would technically go here with a range of 1 to 2 because you have a D2. 2, 3, 4. We don't have many D4. We could probably add another die there. So 2 to 4. We do. We cut mutant freak. We renamed super sleight to, I mean, do we want to have just one for each die though? If we cut it out like this, so we just replace sleight with super sleight, so that's the only one remaining. D3s, who survives the D3 purge? 2 to 4, 3 to 5. Unless we do... We do it the randomizer versus... Because I can see it. Oh, we got a Manly co-host. We're bringing Bob Manley in. Been a while since we've had Bob Manley, so I show it. I say the redundant ones. See, the thing is, they're not redundant. That's the problem. They aren't redundant. Because you get things like little plus, but if you like, I'll use an example of little plus here. Little plus does change something. It does mean you can never roll it. It is impossible to get a 2 on little plus. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's impossible to get a 2 and you have a maximum of 5. It's when you bump up, when you start getting ones that like these is when the math gets a little bit wonkier. Because if I want to be, I kind of did the math wrong there. Because like, the die is not as valuable as the raw number. That's the thing. Because I'll give you a hint. 5 plus 1d2 is a lot better than 1 plus 1d7. Just consistently speaking, because you can roll a 1 on the d7 just as much as you can roll a 7 on it. It's that chaotic factor which isn't as great. So it's like, how do we manage because what I could see for how this works, effectively, you're going to choose your rate. Like, if, for example, we choose we want to play a human. And effectively what a human is going to be is they're going to list out all their stats. It's just like, hey, here's a brief write-up on humans. What do humans do? And effectively, it's going to be written out as they've got fucking... Well, I will write this out the best I can to kind of give you an idea of like what I see with this. That I am not going completely bonkers. I am not going literal Bananarama insane. Effectively, what you would get for like normal, for example. Like if you want to just determine your strength, it would look like you get a D4 and then you would get a hard cut and then a plus 3. That's what it would look like. And then a con, con would be, not bad. So if we look here, it would be 1d5 hard cut plus 3. But then we want to look like a fighter. We like, hey, what does the fighter look like? The fighter, if we go down here, it's good, so it would be 1d6 plus 4. What's the con look like? It's good. 1d6 plus 4. And we would just add those together. So what we would do is, so if like, hey, I want to figure out my I want to figure out what my strength score is going to be. It would be 1d4 plus 1d6 plus 7. At its core, that's what you would roll. So if I want to determine my strength, so it'd be, I rolled that, I ended up with dog shit, I got 4. I would end up with 11. But if I roll again, I ended up with a 7, I got 14. That is effectively how it would work. And you would just add it together and it'd be relatively simple. The thing is, it is not complicated to get across the information. It's really not. It's just saying, where's the logic behind it? That's what I'm trying to find. Like, is there a logic? That's the question. Because if there's a logic behind it, then you can start, figuring it out what to do with it. But, like, the problem is, I'm not finding the logic behind it. It is seemingly random. That's the issue. It is seemingly random, but I know it's not. Unless we're doing... See, there's one answer to it. This is kind of the wonky answer, which is... bonus determined by die size. So it would be 1d0 to 1d, like 1d2 would be +1. Would be, +1 effectively. 1d3 to 1d4 would be +2. 1d5 to 6. 1d6 would be a +3. 1d7 to 1d8 would be a +4. But that doesn't make any sense when you get down here. Then there's exception cases. That's the problem. So that can't be it. That's not it. So what do you start, unless you start placing the logic behind that? How do I want to word this? Do you try to find the logic behind what it's trying to say versus... Where's the mating system notepad? I assure you it is essential for the game. I have the idea for it. I'll talk about it now because I have a feeling I'm going to obsess over this for another about 30-40 minutes before I leave with a huff and start bashing my head up against a wall. The Dice Hell seems the optimal way to keep it accurate to the game. Wait, are you actually trying to adapt Elona's math? Yes. It's not worth it, trust me. I found the logic. I'm trying to find a logic gate. That's the thing. Because if I find the math behind things, the 1 to 2 to 3, I can then go backwards. I can find a 3, 2, 1. Because the idea with pets and NPCs is that they are effectively going to be the same thing. They are going to be built remarkably similar to players. Almost everything, except they're going to be... How do I want to word this? They're going to be a lot simpler to understand, mind you, but they're going to be built similarly. For 2 reasons. Option A. Reason A. Effectively, what I want to occur is that, hey, you have a companion. You have a friend in need is a friend indeed, and that friend in need is with you 100% of the way. What you can do is grab a note card, draw your little companion there. I'm gonna draw on a little man in a hat, and draw your little man in a hat or whatever. I bought really shitty pencils in the UK and I've never used them because they're fucking terrible. But you should be able to write in. You would do, John Sword. John Sword. Write down just very key pieces of information, just very key skills, and very key, traits about them, and very basic stats, and then that's it. And be like, here is your card for your companion. This is someone that you have that you can work with. Every enemy is going to play by those same rules, though. That's where things start getting complicated. Because in Elona, that is actually how it works. Everyone plays by the same rules. It is just a question, though. Here's the thing: it is just a question of what rules are those? How and why do they work the way they do? I think I know what it is. Finding out the reason how. But to get it back to it, if you want to do, say, gene editing, you find the strange machine, you want to do some gene editing. What it would be taking 2 of those cards, effectively, 2 of those companion cards. Two hit roll misses out of 1 and crits on a nat 20, but they're 2 separate rolls and neither of them is the actual 2 hit roll. Fun fact, we are not adapting Elona math that hard. We are not. We're using a D100 system, because we have a shit ton of skills, and why shouldn't we? We're making it work. I think I know how to do it, have no fear. We're effectively going to be making roguelike BRP. Hence why I say, like, you can actually improvise most things on the card. And be like, if you want to gene splice 2 characters, here's the thing, if you want to gene splice 2 characters, what you would be able to do is take skills from one character and implant them on another, which sounds really bad to say, but it is true. And that's kind of the benefit and the drawback, you could say. Because every character and friends have to work on that. How pets are gonna work, I have no fucking idea yet. I was looking at things, and what was proposed to me as the best possible solution was Pathfinder Summoners. That is currently what I'm working with, is Pathfinder Summoners and various Pokemans games. And if I say Pathfinder Summoners, I've probably given Cole here a stroke. Oof. Fun fact, I've been sitting weird in my chair recently, because my chair's finally kind of giving out a little bit. And my shoulder is beginning to lock up, and it's not fun. Where do we find the meat? What would be the center point? So the center point would be 4. Center point would be 4, 5, 6, so it would be 5.5 technically. This would be right in the middle. I'm just looking for what's in the middle. Center System Gaming. 5, 6, 7. You roll completely average. This isn't quite the average, but it would be close enough. That'd be 7. I'm trying to find that golden piece there. 7, what is it? Amazingly, I'm not actually very good at math. Like I'm not good with math. I don't want to crush anyone's hopes and dreams here, but Math is not my fuerte. So we actually have a pretty large jump between the D7s. But then that would be 9.5, I believe. Because that would be the big leap. Because you would just add... seven. So yeah, it would be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would be 9.5, and then the absolute medium in the middle. I know there's a better way of doing this. I'm doing it by hand because I want to see it as visual. And I'm fucking stupid. That'd be 10.5. We're seeing the most significant jumps around here. The most significant jump is right here, actually. This is the littlest jump, so one of these can get cut pretty reliably. Hmm? 10 is, yeah, so it would be dead center 10 then. Yeah. Elona's math belongs to the golden ratio. Notepad 5 plus D7. 5 plus D7 is 8.5. I'm bad at math. Fuck you. I'm looking at like what's the dead center number, like just the middle of it. Actually, why don't I look at any dice? Man, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, okay. I was like, haha, any dice is down. No, I'm just a fucking idiot. So that would be, so 10 would be, no, D6 plus 7 would be the average of 10 right there, right in the middle. So if we do... Actually, no, it would be... No, it would be 9. It's dead center. Not quite. I'm looking at what the absolute, like, equal result in the middle would be. That's what I'm looking at here. Why I'm looking for that? It's because I'm cryptic like that, and I like trying to find weird... So if I find the thing in the middle, I can get a good idea of what... An average without an average kind of thing. Avoid decimals. No need for 7.5. It's not. We're all stupid here. Don't worry. Like the second number on weapon damage. We haven't even hit weapon damage yet, Sterner. Sterner, I'm not even thinking about weapon damage at this point. That shit is fucking cryptozoic horse shit currently. That is over there. We are not worrying about that yet. We are trying to figure out stats right now. We haven't even considered weapon damage yet. But we are dealing with the full math of it. That was a request by the developer, so hey. Injury stat damage. It's not as bad, thankfully, it's not as bad as that, but it can get pretty bad. So... Yeah, it's one of those things I really wish there was more consistency here. Because if we do it like this, the ones go away here. The +1s go away here-ish. Technically, yeah, Mutant Freak goes absolute minimum. The +2s end there. The +3s, the +4, the +5. So, like, because the plus is the most valuable aspect of this. This is one thing. There's a reason great is better than great too. Just having a +1 is better than having a die. Because anytime the die increases, it only goes up by 0.5% chance. Pretty much a 0.5. But if you go up a full, like, numerical advantage, things change. Things change pretty drastically. Now, Mutant Freak's a little bit of an exception case because the die is literally 0, but you cannot physically get worse than the Mutant Freak. Unless we do, so... Is that non-sequential math? Okay, we're gonna get into some hardcore math autism here, so apologies. Right now, apologies. We're getting into some hardcore math autism. Get ready for Kyo gaming, everybody. So we go into the idea that a D2 D3 can be a +1. That can be a +1. Then we go with the idea of a D3 and a D4 can be a +2. We don't have the D4 +2, but we can, in theory, have the D4 +2. The D4 to D5 can be a +3. D5 to the D6 can be the +4. The D6 to D7 can be a +5. The D7 to D8 can be a +6. It's sequential math. That is how it works. That is the logic behind it. It skips, I guess, because if you do, because the D3 can be either 1 or 2. It's a step better. Get the +2. D4 can be, it's a step better each time to get the bonus, but the raw bonus is the most important factor. That is the important factor. It is having a lower die effectively means your potential, but potential is going to be its own thing, is a little bit lower for it, but it's not cripplingly so. You have you have a very low chance of getting a better result, but you also have a higher chance of getting a better. So that's how it works. So I mean, if we go under this, we can either do, if we want to simplify the math here, and I do mean simplify this by quite a bit, we can do and in theory, we would then need to make a D8 and then +7. That would be the ultimate crux stat, you could say. So, I mean, that would be, I mean, in theory, we could also do a, like, D1 +0. That would be the absolute worst stat you could physically have. So, if we want to make like, if we try to go off the idea, like, perfectly average, man, we want to do not good, not bad, D4 +5, D5 +4, so it'd be D5 +4. If we take this as normal, and then we go down, so we do little, slight, barely, freak. Normal, though, it would go to not bad, good. Actually, no, this would be good, good, great, best. So if we want to create a human warrior with these stats. So let's make a human warrior real fast. So this is human warrior base math. And now this is going to be human warrior. This is going to be new math. This is our example. This is our example roll over here, or like just example in-game roll. So normal, we have a normal and a good. So normal is d5 plus 4. Take that. We roll. We got a 1. Good start. We've got the strength is going to be 6 plus good, so it's going to be, we rolled a d6, so we rolled a 5, so we got, since it's good, we rolled a 16. We're gaming, everybody. We're not bad, so that would mean we're great. We're good. Would we be good? 4 to 8. That would be... I guess that would be promoted up to good at this point. So that would be d6 plus 5 plus d6 plus 5. So we rolled that. So we've got 10, 9. Actually, we rolled 10 because it's d6 plus. Actually, it's a d6 plus 5, and we rolled a 4 d6 plus. There we go. We got it. We rolled really well on our con. Our dex score is not bad, so that would be kind of reduced down to good, unless we put the not bad down. Let's re-roll that with the assumption of being normal. So we would roll that. We rolled an 8, so that would be 4. 4 plus 4, so that would be 8 plus 9. Then we go to our not bad, so that would be the same thing as normal. We roll 4, we got a 2. 2 plus 6, so that would be 6 plus our slight. We go under our slight. Our slight would be D3. Actually, it would be barely, I think, at this point. Would be barely, so it'd be D, so we rolled a 2 and a not bad, so that would be normal. So we got 2 plus 8, so we are, it would be actually no, plus 2, so we've got an 8 there. Perception would be not bad, so we roll D5 plus 4. We got 6, so that would be 7 plus, actually no, that would be a 4, so that would be plus 4, that would be 8. Actually 7, wrong. I'm like focusing on everything. We get no perception bonus, so it would just be 7. Learning, we have great learning, D7 plus great. Actually no, it would be good, right? Because great would be D7. Yeah, so we rolled that. 5 plus 5. We still rolled really well for learning. Will is not bad, so it would go down to normal. So we take the normal die, we do 1, and we got a 5 because we're dumb. Magic, we roll that. That would be that'd be 4 plus. That would be 4 plus, it's 8. So actually, we have to roll the slight will, so that would be D barely, so that would be 2 plus 1, so that would be 3, and we got a 8 on our will, and our charisma is normal, so it would be D5 plus 4. Again, we rolled a 5. And so we have 9 charisma. We look over at our stats here. Rolled a 16 there. We rolled a miraculous 17 there. We rolled a 8 there. 7, 10. Stats look good. I rolled kind of dog shit, but stats look good. if we want to... We want to take things as... We want to take things as easy as possible. What it would be is freak would be... Freak would just be the mutant freak tier, so that's pretty easy to understand. Barely would be S-slight. S-slight plus slight. D3 would be the little tier. Little and little plus tier. No, this works. No, the math here works. Because your stats are going to be slightly higher than normally would. But you're going to be gravitating around here a lot more. Most stats are going to be around there. But the new math does check out. You're going to be a little bit more averaged across the board, but that doesn't exclude things like fairies. Because if you play a fairy, for example, your fairiness is you're going to have like a slight strength. What's your slight strength look? That's going to be like, it's going to be a barely. Actually, we can probably call this slight. Like, it's not bad. That's kind of like one of those things, like, it's like, they call slight a few different things. They call little a few different things. Unless we treat this as normal, we treat slight, little, good, great, best, perfect. So if we do something like this and base everything around the D4 plus 3, the standard normal would apply here then. So the math should work out more if I do that. There's going to be a single race, mind you, a single race. Because if we go to good, 4 plus 1d6. I mean, not bad. It sounds kind of weird, but if we do not bad, good, great, best. There seems like there should be a new name here, but I don't know what that name is. Because not bad is kind of a weird one. Like, yeah, it's not bad. Like, when someone says, oh, you're not bad at something, I treat that as kind of like a backhanded compliment kind of thing. Like, you're not terrible at it. Like, you're not absolute dog shit. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not absolute horse shit at something. So, okay. Alright. Alright. We're doing this. We're gaming. We are gaming, children. Because if we apply the new math to everything, that should work. Bring me the long sword. Give me swords. Tell me more about weapons. Long sword. Based on weapon proficiency. Hello, long sword. Why is... Let's see, wielded by silver-eyed witches, a claymore, dragon slayer. So, varies based on the I'm going to make a wild guess. It's probably going to be based on the type of weapon. So if we go to materials, This is not what I'm thinking of. No, not materials. We want quality. Tell me more, I just wanna fucking know. Beats, experience, potential karma, fame, PV, protection. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. Equipment material. Alright. So, changing materials. So, do we have like an idea of the damage bonus it would give? The absolute worst is Xylon, I guess. So, differences. So, there's spreadsheets. Oh, hello. Hello, darling. Hello, Elona Google Drive. It's been a while. Rare items. I don't want body information. Tell me about item material. Item material. Oh, weapon base stats. No, materials, item materials. Am I not seeing it? Not weapon genes, not Nefri blessings, armor base stats, ether disease, range damage, materials. Okay. So, is there a reason what's going on with the damage? How does the damage? Elona, please fucking tell me. Elona, please do not. Don't. Okay, so look at best aim non-critical hit and generate X random numbers between 1 and Y, and then add Z. For ranged weapons, the mean damage value given by the ammo is also added, thus giving bonus ammo is also consistent. Determine why. Tell me why. Because this is saying to me that if I have a katana, I am going to be rolling if I have a katana, I'm going to be rolling 4D whatever the die is, but the die is only going to be a certain value. So, like, how do I determine why, though? Compared to unstated, how many hashtags mean the number is usually higher? Damn, they're not pound signs, nor are they hashes, they're simply hashes. Pedantic outcry, they're widely known as pound signs when typewriters were... There are number signs. Pound sign, that's... God fucking damn it, you autists. This was very helpful. I know that equipping a weapon with 2 hit bonus from range slot, and it would have damaged really a range weapon. Extremely pedantic asshole. Jesus fucking. What do they mean? I'm assuming that is a weapon type. So that can't be. Oh, there's another spreadsheet. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So this is like number of die. Information regarding material types, though no documented change. Okay, no, I'm good. Okay. Sorry, I was having a sorry, I was having a miniature stroke. Like if we go to the here, see dice sides 11. What does that mean? Because if we go here to the dice sides, base attack die size. You know, by making a copy of the spreadsheet, editing material below parameters will be filled in with their max values given. So does this mean that a longsword will do 4d8 damage while a hand axe would do 2d9? So I mean, if we do, let's make a copy. Agony. So we'd want to change this to, let's change this to iron. We change it to iron, but then we change it to, what's some good ones? Like, let's try getting things to silver. How about silver? Okay, so this is, so we want to do silver. We want to do a silver sword. 2d8 damage. We want to do an iron sword. Not broken. Metal. Do a steel sword. How about that? Let's just try a steel sword. How do I generate the number of die size? That's the question. It's like, only affects these, not the die size though. So is the die size consistent? So the die size is consistent. Just the damage modifiers. So if you have a steel max die side, what the fuck does max die side mean? What does this mean? Tell me. Max die side. Minimum, assume max die sides and max damage bonus. What does max die sides mean? Why? Are you crazy? Tell me. Wait, is it trying to calculate, like... No. No, let's just do metal. Like, metal is there. So, max die sides, if we roll 2d8, we have a maximum of... That's a lot more than that. That can't be it. Damage bonus, hit bonus. So... That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Ah! Go. Like, let's see. So let me see. 2 increase die size to material to a max. So weapons have a random damage die. 2d8 longsword increases die size with material to a max. Depending on quality, so it can't go above 2d14. But it says it. But no, that's not the case. So a katana can have die between 1 and its max size. It's relevant because you can turn paper. Lamau, I'm eating your equipment. I'm here. What is like the most like standard fucking weapon possible? I mean, like, just standard. Like, you pick it up off the fucking ground. What is like the most midline early game tier weapon possible? Metal? Yeah, that's what you only edit these. Because the thing is, what I'm getting at here, which is a little bit odd, because it's some, like, assumes max die sides. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Because that says max die sides 10. So is that... What does that mean? That you're not being very fucking helpful here. This is just more confusing than anything. It says quite a bit is it loses a lot of pro tip Google Sheet. You data validation, play in sell button, show list, and turns sell into drop down section, makes the sheet way easier to use. It doesn't make any sense though. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Because it's not defining these. This is consistently what I'm getting here. Consistently. Is that a claymore, a longsword will always do 3dx damage. That's what we've understand. Can you do like 3d25? Is that what it's trying to say? And go up to, it means a longsword made of really good material goes all the way to d10s, which makes it even better and won't do anything. Also means you can make a weapon use d17 or some weird crap. So if I'm getting this correctly, a metal longsword, a basic metal longsword, does 2d13 damage. Because you kind of see here, this is the number of dice we have, this is the max die size, 2d13. Is that really it? Oh, sweet mother fucking god, we are gonna change that. We are gonna change all of that shit immediately. PV die side factor. I mean, wood. I mean, if we go to wood, let's just change it to wood. Wood. Max die size 10. So a wooden longsword. No. Okay. Okay. Need to create a filter here. I need to tell me about the die side factor. Adamantine. Adamantium. Sorry, adamantium. So this would be 2d24. And then we type in wood. I have no fucking idea of how it's doing this, by the way. I have absolutely no fucking idea. Whatever the material, so 2d8 is the base. But the thing is, it's not the base. That's the problem. 2d8 isn't the base. Because if you go down to the lowest quality of material, let's say we just go down to raw, has a die side modifier of 100. Longsword, 10 max size, d8. So 2d8 isn't even a baseline. Like, that's the fucked up part. 2d8 is the base raw value, I guess, where everything else is derived from. You will never have a longsword which is going to be more. That makes sense. You're never going to have a longsword that's going to do more than that. But what does the die side modifier mean? How do you calculate? What does that mean? Die side factor. Die side factor. Wait, die side formula. Die side formula is base die side times die side factor. So, base die side times the die side factor divided by quality mod, which is normally 0. Wouldn't be 0 because you would divide by 0, so it wouldn't understand that. So you would always have to set a die side modifier with a quality mod. Okay. All right. No. This makes sense now. This makes sense. Effectively, what it is, here's the thing. We have a base number of dice. Every weapon's going to have a base number of dice. Every weapon is going to have a minimum die value. Depending on the material, that is going to affect the die value. Up, up, up. The better the material, the better the die. Easy enough to understand. However, there's a catch. The big catch is the quality modifier. A poor adamantine sword is going to be worse off than a great one. So if we go to weapon information here, it doesn't factor in the quality mods at all. That's one of the things. It's not factoring in that. It's not factoring that in because I don't think it can. Because the math would be too complex. So, I mean, if you do... So what we can do, easy peasy lemonianos squeezianos, would be, you are going for a weapon anyway. For a weapon, you're going to first choose what the weapon is. It's going to be then by the material. That's going to determine your die size. Effectively, the material is going to determine your die size. Everything is going to be normal unless considered otherwise. If it isn't normal, it's going to go up, or it's going to promote up, or it's going to promote down. Really good weapons are going to be higher quality than they really should be. But you may not get a damage bonus, you might not get things like that. However, things that are a lot better are going to might have effects, which we can just write those in. Boom, 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 I want you in my room, to go together. Because you go to something like wood, for example, like if I have wood armor, you have negative damage mod, you have minus DV mods. Like, you don't get anything out of wearing a wooden breastplate. That's the secret, Luxerto. That's the secret. You get the basics in, everything clicks together. Because all a roguelike is a series of tools. Have no fear. Because here's the thing. Once you establish the roll tables, things start making a lot more sense. Because if you kill an enemy and there's a weapon drop or something, let's say you roll a D100 or whatever and it's a weapon drop. All you would need to do is determine the type of weapon. Cool, it's a very basic weapon. You roll, it's a longsword. Cool. 20, you got a longsword out of it. Then you're going to determine what kind of material it is. It's a dog shit material. You're going to roll a D4. You're going to roll another D4. Cool. I got a 3 on it. It's going to be made of metal. So I have a longsword that is going to do 2d10 damage. That's all it's going to do. I have a longsword, 2d10 damage. Bank, I'm going to hit you with it. Oh no, I've rolled really well. And it's like, hey, most of it's going to be normal. You roll dog shit, you might roll poor. Who cares? We can improvise from that. Generally speaking, that's what we're going to have to do. Get ready for table autism, though. There's going to be a lot of table autism. Once the core system is done, once the core foundation of the game is done, we can start working on other things. We can start working on all the little pieces surrounding it. Because right now, man, also makes it so Fable D71 is real. Hey, this is the thing, Luxerto. Here's the thing. You're looking at the man who invented the center system. I will embrace the insanity. I will become God. I will be the man to create the NetHack tabletop role-playing game. Except make it Elona first. It was me, Barry. I did it. I made the autism game. Can NetHack work as a TRPG? No, it would be bad as it, but we're gonna do it. Like, the thing right now that's going to be hard is going to be the interactions. But there's a lot of interactions with Elona that we don't have to worry about because it's game stuff. Oh, well, you throw alcohol at the enemy and they get drunk. That is a game thing because of how the systems of the game work. If I ran up to you and threw a bottle of liquor in your face, do you think you're going to be really happy with me? No. I'm going to punch you. There are things we don't need to worry about because those are things that are because it is a video game. Now, things we do need to worry about are things that are minus mood plus drunkenness. It's one of those things where the things we need to worry about are mostly not necessarily gameplay things, but more like things tied to the world, which I do have Cole writing me the entirety of the lore of Elona, because I need as much information as possible, or he can just tell me he wants something very different. I don't know. We will talk, Cole. We will talk most likely tomorrow. Have no fear. Have no fear. I'm gonna call it there for right now because I need to write a script actually. And thank you all. Godspeed. Good luck. We will continue with our descent into autism on Friday. God help us all. That's just God help us all.